One thing that soon becomes apparent when starting a new business is the myriad of things to do apart from what we actually started the business for in the first place. We can't, of course, be good at everything, so how do you manage your business without having to wear all the hats? Our resident business advisor, Nick Hixson, joins me now. So, Nick, why as humans, I think it's down to that, are we so rubbish at approaching new stuff, and how do we get better?
I think there's a number of issues there. We start a business quite often because we're technically competent in some area, which slightly supposes that we're not so technically competent in all the other business disciplines that surround it.
We can't be good at everything, though, can we?
No, we can't be good at everything, but when you start in business, you've got to be quite close because it is all down to you suddenly, is it not? So you've got to be good at marketing and finance and HR and planning and whatever it is you actually make or sell as a service, and that's a bit of a struggle. And it's very difficult. There's no way in this environment that you can find a method that joins that up. There's no information that will show you how those things interact. There's plenty of guides on how to do a marketing plan or the law on HR or some health and safety stuff or whatever it is, but no one will tell you, there's no thing that tells you how one thing interacts with another. So you tend to make a decision with an awful lot of not knowing stuff, and you don't know those things that you don't know.
So what you're saying is that if you come into starting a business up and you have that technical competency that is the core of your business, I'm trying to paraphrase you here, I think, and see if I understand it, that there are things that you can't clearly be very good at when you start, which may be the sales if you weren't a salesman, it may be the marketing if you're not a marketeer, or it may be more technical aspects if you're not a technical specialist. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Having established that then, how do we identify which bits we're good at?
Well, it all comes back to strategy in my head again. So we could do a strategy plan and you could work through and just say, I've got gaps here and I need to go and do that. But people tend to, for example, here's a way of describing competencies. So we start with unconscious incompetence. I see someone riding a bike down the road and think, gosh, that looks fun, but I don't know, I can't do it. Then I jump on the bike and I fall off and graze my knee. Now I've reached the stage of conscious incompetence. I know I can't do it. So now I get some practice in, and after some time, I wobble off down the road feeling extremely proud of myself, but it takes a hell of an effort. Now I'm at the stage of conscious competence. I know I can do it, but I've got to work at it. After a bit more, I can sail on down the road, not thinking about what I'm doing and chatting to my mate next to me. Unconscious competence. I've got expert knowledge, effectively. And what we're describing here, basically the people who see the bike but don't know they can't ride it. They've got unconscious incompetence. They are rubbish, yes. But they have a bash and fall off and just say, oh, I can't do that, so I won't do that. That's just people I know who have said, I need to do some advertising. So they have put an advert in the paper.
Written the copy themselves. Put it in the wrong publication, in the wrong place, on the wrong day, got no calls, and said advertising doesn't work. Well, they may be right, but they can't judge from that information whether they're right or not. They need to go and talk to someone to say, how do I do this? Or should I even be advertising in the paper? Should I be doing something else? Should I be doing it digitally or whatever? So finding somebody, if it's not you, who is consciously competent at doing the tasks that you're needing them to do.
Even better, unconsciously competent.
Thank you very much, Nick. Clear as ever. Now you can find Nick Hixson's details on our website, letstalkbusinessonline.com.